abductions around the world. But the most spectacular, the most well-known, the most researched at the very beginning was the Betty Barney Hill case in the 60s. And don't forget that in the 1962, we have almost a real issue with Cuba and Russia and the missile crisis with Nikita Khrushchev, the Soviet president, and John Fitzgerald Kennedy, JFK. We almost wiped out the human race in 72 hours. In 72 hours. And then you find out in the National Press Club, a few months ago, that there was all these high-rank officers, like Robert Sala, saying that the ETs, the UFO, deactivated nuke missiles since the mid-60s. Is that a coincidence or not? Is that not a coincidence or what? There's no coincidence. They've been checking how we handle situation. They've been checking and find out how they can shape the collective consciousness according to the time we were living. The 60s is not right now like, we're in the new millennium. It's not the 70s. It's not the 80s. It's not the 90s. The 90s changed everything because we have internet. We have the web, the World Wide Web. And then the information goes just viral. So everything is going fast right now. So their approach is completely different right now. It's according to each generation because they have all the time of the world. They are not affected by our problems and limitations. Above all, they are not affected by time and space,
So we've got about 12 minutes left here. What do we got? I'm looking at the future and what we can do as, say, your everyday person on the street. What can that person do if they are interested and want to help promote this connection, this communication, to bring this consciousness level higher in society to open up the doors to our galactic neighbors to where we can have that open communication? What can somebody do? What do we need to do here?
Well, that's a good question. I think that depending on, besides the belief system that you have, whether it's religious, philosophical, whether you're an atheist, whether you believe it or not, we have to try to be better human beings. And if you are trying to raise your consciousness, no matter what, you're going to become concerned about the ecology of the planet. No matter what, because we have to be self-sustained. Right now, the infrastructure of society based in a free market, cheap hydrocarbon resources, gold and the dollar is not working very well. So we have to look for another source of energy. We have to develop a higher level of communication, dialogue, and compassion. And we have to understand that we are not alone in the universe. That will turn the history and most of the human knowledge completely upside down. And we have to understand that we are living in a transition from an ethnocentric world. It's ethnocentric world, I will say, my country is important. My way of living is important. My race is important. My religion is important. And you don't. You are not, because you look different. You believe in a different thing. And, we have difference. So we better keep separate. But we live in one world. We live in one planet. So we have serious problems here that we have to address and confront. I'm afraid there will be not a cosmic abracadabra here, an instant gratification that can solve things. This will require time, patience, and in between some wild cards can come. So it's good to have a shift of consciousness. Whether you believe in UFOs or not, whether you believe in ET presence or not, it will come up by itself. It's a course of events that we're going to face this new reality, and we'll have a new cosmology in the near future. It's just a matter of time. In the meantime, it is much better to understand that we live in systems within systems. That the major system that keeps us alive is the biosphere. And if the biospheres get affected or get damaged, all the other subsystems, and include us, the animals, and then, the rainforest, the rivers, our natural resources, can collapse, can be damaged. And if we don't understand that we have to develop some sort of eco-religion to love what we have, and also to be compassionate and loving with life to preserve that, we're going to pay the bills. In the future generation are going to pay a big bill. So this is the turning point. We are the people who have to confront this reality in a creative way. We have to find things. And if some people say, no, we're doomed, this is going to change, the 2012 is going to be the end of the world, it's going to be the end of the world. This is just a story. This is a myth. This is esoteric folklore. This is not going to happen, but because the Mayans started 3,132 years ago, doesn't mean the Mayan calendar doesn't mean that it's going to end on December 22nd, 2012. It's a transition. We're going to be in alignment with the center of the galaxy, and we're going to receive some sort of energy that can also help us to understand that there are astronomical cycles, that we are part of it, that our astronomy just on the peak of the iceberg, trying to know that the Mayans knew for a couple of thousand of years ago. So let's be humble, and let's try to understand that we're not alone, that we need each other, and we have to look for solutions in a creative way, using our emotional intelligence, using our technical resources, using our own cultural reserve, Tom. I mean, we think that China and India don't have in their cultural reservoir, those are state civilizations. A state civilization. They are not 200 years old. They are thousands of years old. Do they don't have medicine plants? Do they don't have techniques like Tai Chi, meditation, and other things that can help, mix with the Western society to help create a unique perspective for the future? Of course. So what the problem is a paradigm. We have to change this model, which is infinite resources, infinite production, infinite consumption. Doesn't work. So in between something could happen. Yes, we have to understand that something could happen, but that's the way it is. I'm thinking that all these, I'm talking about the cosmos, and talking about our place in the cosmos, our place in the solar system, our planet, is part of the big plan, that there is a source of energy, you name it God or the great architect, whatever you want to name it, that is trying to tell us that there is an evolution in the human spirit, and there is an evolution in the intelligent creature, that it was designed to do that. It was designed to achieve a broader perspective and a brighter future, but it depends on us. So right now we have to choose what path you want to choose, life or continue this way, because this way is not working anymore. So whether you believe it or not, I will say, again, let's turn to the basics. Let's have a higher level of common sense, and let's try to be a better human being. You see that, as you said at the beginning, you look at the mirror and you said, yes, these are the things I have to work around. And we have to review our belief system and understand what part of our belief system is not helping us to grow.
That's a really hard one for a lot of people. When something is instilled so hard into you from a young child. Usually it takes, as I like to always say, usually takes a good knee to the jaw to shake a person's life up where they're just like, they have to start questioning everything because just everything crumbles around them.
True, and the thing that gonna question us is, you can question by yourself, your higher self, or an exterior event can make you question that. So right. There are two ways they're gonna make you question. So we're in that. We have all the information now. We have all the tools now, like never experienced before. We have all the arms and missiles that can wipe us out also at the same time. So why don't we choose that? We are in this process, and this is going to be, the next years are going to be very interesting, my friends.
Yes, they are.
Yes, the last thing is, one thing I've noticed is a lot more and more people have become, I think in our history now, this point in time is when we're at the most aware.
True.
Which it's only going to grow more and more because, you know, especially in the States and even here, a lot of people won't talk about certain things in public in front of other people. But when they see you alone on the side, they'll talk to you about it.
It's true. It's true. That's what happened.
Yeah.
People are a little bit, no, I don't want to talk, and we pointed like crazy or wacko. But everybody have the same feelings. Everybody's just joining this journey.
That's changing too, though. I mean, that's changing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's more. It's becoming much more open. And that's a good thing. I mean, we have to do that. It's been a long time coming. So we're getting close to the end of the show here, Renato. Tell us about your what your books and your website, and where they can pick that stuff up.
Sure. I'm on Facebook. Just type Renato Longato. I'm on Facebook. I also have my website, www.renatolongato.com. I have written 2 books in Spanish, and SI, A Message from the Andes, 1993. When I talk about these changes, in page 14, I talk about these changes of the collapse of the financial system, ecological movements, and ET contact, 1993. Then I have another one in 2005, this The Secrets of the Inca Empire, the Unknown Architects of the Inca Empire, related to lost civilizations and the presence of lost civilizations on the South Pacific that, was introduced to the Andes. The survivors of lost civilization, you name it, Lemuria or Atlantis, and mixed with the locals and created the base of the Inca Empire as we know it now, was as a result of several trips that take me to major archaeological ruins, even to Easter Island. And then I'm working right now as part of my experience and also the information I receive and also research, trying to do both. Not everything is mystical, not everything is experience, that's my experience. But based on also research, and my book for next year is going to be ET Presence, USA, and New World Order. So I will talk about the geopolitical dislocation that are coming also, because everything is changing, We're talking about the ET presence very closely related to United States of America and the role of the United States of America into the changing the new society and the future, and also why is the presence of the extraterrestrial and what is the reason they are here. So far, based on experience and based on research at the same time, I'm writing about that, and hopefully will be published July next year on Tom and Ramon.
So is that one? That one's going to be in English, right?
Yes, definitely. That will be in English.
Great. I can't wait for it.
As soon as you get it published, please let me know so we can bring you back on to the show.
Absolutely.
Guys, you will have a free copy for you both.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Okay, well, everybody, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Renato. We really appreciate you coming on. And I want everybody to remember, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. Ramon?
I want everybody to have a safe, happy holidays and a happy new year. And just remember, as a lot of people say, put your intention out there. Put the good thoughts out there, because you are creating your reality whether you notice it or not.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Well, good night, guys, and Merry Christmas to you all.